Welcome back, everybody. I am in desperate need of some H2O. Luckily, I have a glass right here. So I'm going to take a sip of this while holding my copy of Toy Story 3 for the Wii.
12 seconds later.
Oh no! My water spilled all over my game. Wait, maybe, what if this gives us some sort of superpowers or something? Oh, come on! Let's do this.
Let's go!
Turns out getting water on a video game ruins it. I never knew that. But also, having water in video games also ruins it. Yup, water levels, or as I like to call them, tedious chambers. These do indeed exist. Now, games are great, and I enjoy them a lot. Except for water levels. Just hear me out, we have sparkling waters from New Super Mario Bros. U. Bland and unforgiving. The sewer level, the hardest one in the game. 20,000 lums under the sea. Good God, the atmosphere is all wrong. The boiler room. The worst section of the game. User-made levels. Don't even get me started. Blue Whale Bay. This is just a clunk fest. Dolphin Shoals. One of the more mediocre tracks in the game. You know what I'm talking about. And all of it, according to IGN, that's right, 7 out of 10, way too much water in this game, we better make sure it's bad. But why does it have to be this way? Humans love water. They drink it, freeze it, play with it, clean it. We need it to live, for crying out loud. But when it's in a digital world, it's not fun. I mean, if you want to actually enjoy water activities, I recommend escorting yourself to your local sink. Now, why are these levels so bad? Well, clearly, it's the controls. Most of the good games have tight controls that are really responsive. Water levels don't have that. These controls are more floaty and hard to keep control of. It's like butter in a frying pan. You can't control it. And the controls are also much slower as well, which makes them more tedious. Especially Mario games. My God, these are bad. Praise the penguin suit. The motion of these characters in water is also so weird and hard to use. To swim in Mario, you need to keep jumping and slowly descend. Whereas in other games, like Rayman, he doesn't want to turn around. And let's face it, this duck floaty is almost impossible to control in Luigi's Mansion 3. And don't even mention water around Sonic. And also, the atmosphere is completely wrong. You hear music like this. Nice, peaceful music you could relax to. But on screen, you see torture like this. Now, I understand that your hearing is limited underwater, but having faster and far more dramatic music would definitely help the scene. Like, I usually don't compare eels to spa music, but here we are. Thanks a lot, Super Mario 64. Speaking of intense, let's talk about air meters. Yeah, that thing. You are under so much water pressure with these things. Pun intended. If the bar depletes to 0, you die and have to restart over again. Yeah, so you better make it quick if you don't want to play the same level over and over again. This sucks if you want to complete the level to 100%, because some of the collectibles might be out of your way, but the exit is straight ahead. And with the controls, it's almost impossible to do both, so you just end up dying from lack of air. I got stuck on this one part of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I kept running out of air and it took me 50 tries to complete it. It's worse in Minecraft. You better bring lots of air potions with you, otherwise that water temple will be a death trap. And then there's the worst of the worst. In this game, I'm sure you know what I mean. Jabu Jabu's belly is stupid. Why in the world is a fish princess hanging out in another fish's mouth? I think that's cannibalism. Oh yeah, there's also a water temple. It's because of this one that I, to this day, refuse to wear boots. But yeah, this dungeon is pure stress and highly recommend using a guide. Not only do all the paths look the same, but you have to change in and out of these boots, and it's fucking miserable. At least the boss at the end of it is pathetically easy, thankfully. But out of all the games, there is one game that did a really good job making water physics fun. And that game is the one, the only... It's not what I think it is it? Damn it, I thought I threw this away! Yeah! Anyways, that being said, that game is none other than Super Mario Odyssey, the Lake Kingdom to be specific. With the help of Cappy, you can capture a Cheep Cheep and control it. Since you are now a fish, you can breathe underwater and get rid of that stupid air meter. And since a fish knows how to swim, the controls are nice and tight. Now this, in my opinion, is one of the only good water levels. I like it. It's balanced, it doesn't overstay its welcome, and even has fitting music. Nicely done. Now you might be thinking, well, all these games you mentioned are platformers. Well, just look at this level in Uncharted 3. Yep, hard, water, coincidence? You know what? Just get rid of water levels as a whole. Society doesn't need them. For example, Cheers to a Hat in Time, where you have to try and avoid the water. That game turned out to be great. And even Sackboy: A Big Adventure, the water world, the Kingdom of Crablantis, doesn't have actual water to swim in and plays like normal levels. And these levels are some of the best ones in the game, without the water physics. And that just goes to show why we do not need water. In video games, that is, we need water in real life. How else am I going to stop my neighbors from having loud barbecues every night without the help of the rain? Hello?
Wait, couldn't you just ask them politely?
Of course not!